Aquarius, welcome to your new moon in Leo reading for August 16, 2023. New moons start new cycles, and your theme for the next 2 weeks is the Chariot card. I think it's a great card. It is associated with Cancer, and this is yes, not my yes card, but that's what they're saying. Success, triumph, focus, drive, travel, advancement. Definitely some travel with the Chariot card, but it doesn't have to be physical travel. It is, for me, a success card, but it comes because we have assimilated two polar opposites. And so you could even say your mental and your emotional, and you've aligned them now. And you've made a commitment to something, and now you know which direction you're going to go in, and you go. That's the Chariot. So it is self-confidence, right? Okay, let's see where that takes us. Well, this is the commitment. This is the Lover's card. There is a vulnerability with this particular card, and you may feel a little bit vulnerable, but this is choices that you make. The choice can be between something that's a little bit mundane and something that's a little loftier or higher minded. Maybe it's a choice between something for yourself and a little or something that is for the greater good. And you kind of have to make a commitment. The Lovers is about commitment. King of Pentacles. So this can involve for me, this is the Gemini card. And oddly enough, this is also associated with Gemini. So it could be Gemini, but it could also be an earth sign. These are people with square features. So you can look at their chin, their hand, their forehead, and even the jawbone. And if they have very square features, this is going to be a pentacle type of person. And this is somebody who has mastered or is mastering the material world. So he's the CEO, right? He is the top, or wants to be. Very often, this motto of the King of Pentacles is, I want it all. I want everything. But he's very, very focused on business. Very often at the detriment of their partners, because they are very committed to their business or to growing their business, that kind of thing. Yeah, see, there's a love offer here. So we can be talking about a choice in partnership. This is a romantic gesture, a love gesture. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. But it's emotional. And so you could be pouring your heart out to somebody. This is also the energy of inspiration that comes from beyond. Masters, right? Often say that it just comes to them, that the figure was in the block of stone and they just revealed it. It's that kind of energy. But it's very nice. Oh. This is something hard won. Okay. When this card comes up, there can be, for some, not everybody, obviously, this can be a third party, the lovers, right? And it may be difficult for you. Maybe you've fallen in love with somebody else, and it can be difficult to break up. Now, we don't have the Three of Swords, so maybe you won't, but the Five of Swords is dramas that are being played out. And it can include humiliation. These are things that are hard won. You may get what you want, but it's not the way you want it. And it's not a full victory because there are people who were hurt, and they were possibly people that you loved. That's a difficult scenario. And this is saying, if you don't want dramas to play out, check your ego at the door. But this can be quite emotional. Yeah. You have the Nine of Swords here, which is worry, and it's a thought that gets away from you. But it can be some sleepless nights, it can be some worry. You're under a blanket of stars here, so this can be planetary. It can be that you might just need to move things around in your room, shift your mattress, change things around, but it doesn't feel like that to me, especially with that Five of Swords. And the problem is here is that you are the Five of Swords, so you may be conjuring up the drama. And you can be very, very emotional with that Ace of Cups. It means that your emotional cup is full and it needs to be released. Just, I would say, mind ego when you're doing it, right? You can say some hurtful things. This is the card of your words have impact, right? Some things that you say out of an emotional dumping, right, can really hurt other people and yourself. Yeah. The moon is things that we don't see clearly. So there is something that you need to commit to, but you don't seem to see your way out of this situation yet completely clearly. The moon are fears that come up that will leave you with a distressed mind here. And they can just be fears that need to be looked at. And so maybe you fear that someone is cheating on you, or you fear this commitment, or you fear this decision that you have to make. You're at a crossroads with the lovers, right? And it can be a deep-seated fear of yours that you have to deal with. And when we're in a fearful position, we may say things that we don't mean, or that we say out of spite, or just fear itself. And maybe we don't really mean them, but it feels like an emotional outburst here. And especially with the moon card there. So it kind of leaves us with this feeling of, well, I don't know what's going to come from it. I'm at a crossroads here. I don't know. And I don't know which way to turn. I don't know the answer. For some people, this might be litigations or something with the law, or, in a court of law. You may be waiting for a decision. But this is really kind of karma for me. And the thing with this card is that what you give out is what you will receive back. So if you have been doing something sneaky, then, you can get caught out. Or if somebody else has been doing something sneaky, they can get caught out. You can call them out, right? You can catch them. There's the Three of Swords. Okay, so you may take distance, you may separate, there can possibly be a third party here. Um, Maybe your decision is to just take some temporary leave. But this is definitely emotional release. Tears are a good catharsis here. But I do think that you might say some things that maybe you'll regret later, and maybe you won't, but they won't be easy to digest, right? For you or for the other person. These can really be saying some hurtful things. Or you may have to hear hurtful things. I'm sorry. Yeah, gosh. The Devil. So lately, I think things have been going so well for you, Aquarius. You've had wonderful cards. This is the first time in a while that I've seen some difficulty. The Devil card is things that we seem to be unable to let go of. Vices, codependent relationships, a negative verdict, right? But these are things that we can't seem to let go of. The thing with the Devil card is that he does show you what is wrong. He does show you that fear. He's got his hand wide open, as you can see here. He's got nothing to hide anymore. And the chains are loose. So it really is up to you to... So these two cards are they're related, right? It's 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and this is the 6th card. And so this is temptation, right? These are the lovers, right? Somebody's tempting you, or somebody tempted you, or there's temptation on the table here. They are our vices, the Devil. It's showing you what needs to be released, and yet you seem to be unable to do that with the Moon and the 9 of Swords. Even though it can be causing you quite a bit of pain, you find it difficult to let go of when the Devil card appears. But it's quite obvious what it is. There's no denying what's happening here. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through this. What does Spirit want you to know? You're the High Priestess. Interesting. Your intuition is very important here, right? You have a feeling of what is going on. And even though this card is things that exist, you don't see them. They're things that are going on behind the scenes, but nevertheless exist. Your intuition is telling you something. You might be repressing it. You may not want to know, right? You might want to hide your head in your hands. But like I said, there's really no denying it. At some point, what you fear here, what you might have an inkling of, might show itself. Both of these cards are Gemini for me, so there can be some superficiality. And I say that because the King of Pentacles, Gemini is the lower mind, meaning the things of the earth, right? Money, the things of the earth, a beautiful home, wanting to one-up somebody. They bought a house, I'll buy a bigger house, that kind of thing, right? On a negatively aspected level, because I think things are negatively aspected here. So the High Priestess can be that superficiality, or you feel like somebody isn't being genuine with you. That's very possible too. And you have that inkling, you have that intuition, you have that feeling. The High Priestess are the things that you, it's your divinity, the things that you find sacred, and what you place on your structure. It is the structure. Your divinity, what you believe is sacred, is your structure. It's what you build your structure on. You put your finer details on that structure, but that structure is your divinity, what you find sacred. And so that's something that you have to refer to again. Going back to sort of the basics here, going back to your structure. If you could have anything, would you continue on with this person or in the scenario or in the situation? That kind of thing. Now, there are bigger things being played out in the world, and that can be leaders, right? And so there can be a lot of things being revealed right now that maybe you find difficult to believe, or can bring up some particular fears. That's also possible here. Think micro, macro. But in any case, there is some difficult, you are at a crossroads, and there's some difficult decisions to be made here. And Spirit is saying to use your intuition and to base that intuition on what you believe is sacred. Okay? All right, Aquarius, I hope this has been helpful. Do take very good care. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it, and I really do wish you a better 2 weeks, hopefully with better information for the full moon. All right, take care. Thanks for listening.